Come on, Coop, have a seat. I'll tell you a story that'll help you sleep tonight.
So you guys thought you were getting out of a Final Thoughts video. Not happening. I'm here with Mr. Joel Davis, the biggest Florida State fan I know, who looks like a kid on Christmas morning.
That brings back some memories, doesn't it, Coop?
I can't. There must be a smudge on my glasses. I can't tell what that says.
'Twas the night before the rivalry game. Hate to break it to you, but we're not Notre Dame. That's a Jags blanket. It's for good luck, Coop. It's for good luck.
We're here to talk college football.
Duval.
The night before, it's about 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. Miami and Florida State kicking off tomorrow, 7:30. That thing does look dangerous. You know, that reminds me. Actually, I do have something for you. Hold on.
Is it the tomahawk? You're going to let me have the tomahawk. You have more FSU stuff than I do. Let that process for a while.
This is my horse, Renegade. I drove 8 hours to give you this ale.
Well, that's what that number 3 is going to look like when we get done with you guys. I'm telling you, we're going to break your spirits.
Is that familiar?
Here's the fact. You are going to get skull drug from one end of Bobby Bowden Field to the other. And I like the hype. I do like the hype about it. You know, no, I'm not glad we lost to Virginia. That's a crazy concept. But it has given you all this false concept that tomorrow's in the bag. You have to admit that the confidence of Miami right now is riding at like 98%, almost the same percent of the Alabama fans.
Now, be honest though, from a Florida State fan perspective, so not the potential of Miami overlooking y'all, a loss is never a good thing, right?
No,
are you one of those fans that thinks Florida? You know what? Florida State needed this.
No, I think some positives can come out of a negative, but absolutely nobody wanted, no one wanted the refs to steal that game about as bad as the game was stole from Wake Forest. But the refs can't save you tomorrow. I'm telling you, if it was a home game for Miami, I might be on the verge of calling it for Miami, but there's just something about Doak Campbell Stadium. There's just magic in the air. Winning at Doak at night is just something completely different. So you're going to feel it. And I think you're going to love the energy and that horse that you're making fun of. You're actually going to get to reach out and pet him. So let that sink in. So
I do think we're going to be on the field at some point.
We're going to be on the field. They might let us take some snaps. We'll see. But for sure, they're going to let us go on pregame, and it's going to be awesome. Showing that, yes, Florida State and Miami can get along. We can stand in the end zone. You're the only thing wearing Miami colors that's going to be in that end zone that night. But we're going to stand hand in hand and sing that song, Why Can't We Be Friends? So, at least for a little bit.
Look on the TV broadcast. You might see us down there on the field. I'll have the 5 and counting hat on, so you'll be able to recognize me. I think they're going to make me wear some sort of plain shirt because they can't handle the power of the orange and green down there in the end zone. They know they're going to see that a lot throughout the game, so they don't want to see it before.
Y'all are so embarrassed of the orange and green. You're wearing stormtrooper uniforms.
We are going.
If the orange and green is so great, why are y'all washing it out tomorrow night? I'm just saying.
Those are clean though. All white. Okay. It's.
So you admit it looks better than the orange and green?
No, I'm becoming a classic guy.
We wore all white against Virginia, and you saw what happened. I think it's cursed this year. The bye week curse is real. The whiteout may be a new curse.
We broke the bye week curse last year, though, so that's no longer in effect. Well, we won both games off.
I have a Miami, an Ibis, and a Coach Coop voodoo doll that I have been doing ceremonies with. I'm bringing the curse back. The bye week curse will return. I've been dancing.
I can't get over how goofy it looks with the blanket and the spray.
I have a ritual to do. You get to go to bed because y'all don't have any rituals at Miami. Y'all have no customs. You have no traditions. I'm about to put on my loincloth and take this and dance around a campfire. And we've never lost to Miami when I've done that. So we're going to try it again. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm not
They need all the
superstitious.
help
I'm
they can get.
I'm a little stitious.
All the help they can get. Now, I think we checked the weather before we started filming this. Thankfully, it looks like it might actually be dry. And we know for Miami, every game they played in has been a wet game. It's rained. We've had lightning delays. It's been super frustrating, but it hasn't necessarily affected Miami in a negative way because we like to run the football. So we feel like we're good either way. But I feel like it would be cool to see Miami play a dry game and get a chance, going up against you guys. Because I'll be honest, again, real final thoughts. I'm a little bit concerned about Gus and what he might draw up in this game. For a Miami fan, a disaster scenario would be something like Florida State going up 14 or 17-0 early in that game, first quarter, second quarter. And then Miami kind of has to get away from what their identity is, which is running the football. Miami wants to build a lead early, pound the rock, own the time of possession, keep the ball out of Castellanos' hands, not give Gus an opportunity. But we're good either way, whether it rains or not. Do you feel like that affects Florida State one way or another?
Something that bothers me too is Tommy doing a great job. Love him as quarterback. I think he fits great with Gus's offense. But the only struggle and weakness you've seen has been issues with the edge. That happened even with, Kent State. And it was like bobbled and interception. Something about those guys coming off the corner has disrupted a lot of things he's done. And in the Virginia game, it's an interception by how often do you see a defensive end get an interception like that? So Miami's corners are vicious, and I know they know that, and I know they're going to try to plan for that. But that has seemingly been a weakness, as depending on how the defensive end play was, determine how well the offense did. So that's what worries me too. If you go in that game, you've got the energy and the noise and the crowd behind you, and something goes wrong with Bain getting a big sack, a fumble, a interception.
You got Mesidor on the other side.
It is voodoo-ish that if they jump on you early like that, trying to get the momentum back, there's something about it. So I really do think the first quarter really is going to tell a lot. If they can just somewhat, again, if they keep it close, going all the way to halftime, I'll feel good. But you do worry that a couple mistakes and you're down by 2 touchdowns is going to be really, really tough. Because Miami, I'm assuming, I could be wrong, I'm assuming they're going to play conservative like they did last year. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. If they get like a 2-touchdown lead, I can see them burning a lot of clock and making it hard and making it to where literally every possession you have, you've got to score a touchdown. So
for Miami, why would you try to change that?
Yeah, I'm not down to that.
For the Canes, right? So there's no reason to not maybe.
It's the same concept. People criticize Gus and go, he's gimmicky. I'm like, well, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Same way with Miami. They're like, well, they were wussy last year. They came out and they just ran the ball. Well, if it works and you win,
Yeah, I'm fine with a boring ground and pound type of game. Win 21-3, something like that. I'd be pretty happy.
You win a game like that, and who else is going to beat you the rest of the year? You know what I mean? It's going to be tough. And the ACC championship is going to be easier for someone to win this year than it's ever been, with Clemson looking like they are, and no one really standing out, in the conference. So
realistically, all joking aside, I'm going to take jabs and stuff. If Florida can put up 7 on Miami, Florida State's at least putting up 14 or 21 plus, really, I think. And Gus has got to have some special stuff dialed up, right? There's no way you saw him reach a little bit deeper into that playbook against
he
Virginia.
didn't want to show all that.
Yeah,
we didn't mean to break all that out.
There's going to be some, I feel like everything plus the kitchen sink at Miami. You've already seen the tight end rush for a touchdown, throwing a touchdown, wildcat. You've got to expect even more of that against Miami, I'm guessing, right?
No. If you can hold Florida State under 24, I'll be a believer that they actually could win it all this year.
That Miami could win it all.
If Miami holds Florida State under 24, then I can gladly shake your hand and go, which obviously the defense is a million times better. And had this defense played last year, who knows what happened. But I just don't think they can hold. I don't think anybody's going to hold us to, I just think on average we're going to put up 30 points in
That's
every game.
because you believe Florida State's offense is
Yes,
that good.
but I just think. But the question is, I don't know what the defense. I have no idea. The defense against Alabama, which Alabama was throwing the ball more. You don't know who's going to show up. I don't know what they've changed. I don't know what they can fix. It's still early in the season, so nothing would surprise me. But the question is, can the offense be good enough to make up for any defensive weaknesses that we have?
And your pass rush is kind of not great.
No, I mean,
Right?
there's like potential young freshmen that we have, but they're not there now. And some things are going to have, which, Miami's O-line has been the highlight since Mario's been there. Yeah. But it was odd because with Alabama, there's guys on there that they say are first-round draft picks that we made look silly. So you can understand the confusion of our fan base. And of course, anybody who hates Florida State is going to go, well, Alabama's nothing and the dynasty's over, which I think we've seen is not the case. And then you do the whole, well, if you played them today kind of thing. We played that line. We dominated that line. And
Look, I even say this. It doesn't matter if you played tomorrow because you don't.
No.
Alabama and Florida State played week 1. Alabama wasn't ready. Florida State got a win. You can't take away from that.
No.
You can't. And even if Alabama has progressively gotten better and they beat Georgia, you got to be ready.
And if I'm a Miami fan, I don't want to take away from that win because if you win, I'd like to say we beat a legit Florida State team.
And that would mean we also beat Georgia.
Yeah. And then people they got mad when I was cheering for Miami against Florida. I'm like, why would you want the team to lose before you play them to give anyone a chance to go, well, that win really didn't mean as much as it should have?
Like, it's hard, though.
Yeah,
it's hard sometimes to set that hatred to the side and the rivalry, and you want to embrace the fandom. But I agree. Like, we need help sometimes with strength of schedule, and it would be helpful for Florida State to keep winning games. Notre Dame, it's not an easy thing to say or talk about, but it's the truth. Same for Florida. Goodness gracious, those guys, they were going to be lucky to win a handful of games. This is off topic. Do you think Florida could upset Texas tomorrow? It's in the swamp.
No, I don't. I could be. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I see some people saying that, and I know Texas does not look like Texas. A lot of teams don't look like. Since this NIL thing has spread out talent, you can about look at any team and say, yeah, they're beatable. I mean, literally. So, and I like it that way. I don't like it when you had the Sabans of the world cheating constantly. I do want it fair across the board for everybody. But talking to the people tonight was a good thing. When you can quit being so bullheaded and dogmatic about certain views. I'm glad that Florida State and Miami people got together tonight and you got to hear the views of people, why they thought the score was going to be what it was, because each one you could agree to disagree, but you could also say when you quit being so, trying to get at someone, actually listen to what they're saying. There was a lot of valid points made tonight. I had all the fun laughing and cutting up. There were still some people that said some things that really gets it turning in your head. I still have to stand by. It's not just the fandom. I was honest with you last year. I told you we can't win that game.
You did say that.
And I was told I didn't have any heart. I didn't love the program and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be crazy when they say that FSU wins. I just believe Florida State wins this game. I could be wrong, but
okay.
I would guess.
Let's get numbers.
Okay.
Let's get, if you're willing to do it. It sounds like you were about to. I'm interrupting you here. I didn't expect this. I didn't think you were going to be.
Well, you didn't expect it because you didn't take my phone call because you knew that I'd win the $600. Anyone else there that's angry as I am that Coop didn't take the time to take our phone calls with $600 on the line.
Now the entire comment section is going to be
I'm just saying that's not how you
taking their phone call.
That's not how you treat people during rivalry week. I'm just saying. No one cares that you only got 30 minutes of sleep. It's rivalry week. You need to get serious about this, Coop.
Numbers.
It is going to be 31-27. You can take it to the bank.
I thought you were about to take my score prediction. 31-27, Florida State on top.
31-27 is the final score. You can
because I have 31-24 Miami. So we're only off by 3 points and then just flipping the teams.
Great minds think alike. Are you going to let me get the $600 if I'm right? Are you going to make an exception since you cheated me and all your fans?
No.
Okay, I didn't think a Miami fan had a conscience, but that's okay. All these preconceived ideas about Miami fans, you're not helping it, but whatever. I'll take the win over the $600.
That's fair. Yeah, the win's more important than money. I agree.
But it is cool putting a face to some of these. I still haven't met everyone yet. We got half the people still coming in. I know everybody's got weird schedules, but
Yeah,
how cool is it to see a name pop up on the screen and actually for the first time see
now
a face?
you know, like you can picture them. So when they're yelling or reacting to something or going back and forth, you can see their face. Like if you guys don't know, we went and had barbecue. You know, we gave away, courtesy of Joel Davis, we gave away some awesome tickets to this game. And we got together. We had a what do you even call that thing? A limo bus, a party bus, a party bus. There were laser beams and stuff shooting in there, and we were cranking up Ball and Boy and some Miami Hurricanes theme music and partying it up in there. And we went out. We had barbecue. Some people got ice cream, and we had a good time. Like in all seriousness, that Florida State fans, Miami fans, we came together. We went and looked at this. Golly bum, this. It dwarf makes that thing look small. It's some big ass spear that's in the stadium that like comes through the ceiling.
Yes, it looks like it's going through the whole stadium. It's pretty cool on the west side. I'm trying to get the copyright lifted so that I can have it put in my living room.
Now, I will say though, I'd seen the statue before, the one that's up front. I don't think I'd ever seen it lit on fire. I
commend you because a lot of times rivalry people let hatred get the best of them, but Coop was very respectful. He knelt, had a moment of silence. That's not on film, but it's forever in my noggin and in my heart. And I want to thank you because you didn't have to do that. You could have been a jerk, but that's the most respect and reverence to that statue I've ever seen tonight. So maybe there is hope.
I challenge you to find evidence of that anywhere.
Well, I think we do have you beating the drum.
No, I said
maybe Melissa beat the drum.
I said I couldn't keep
Someone
a beat.
beat the
They had a drum set up there, and you were supposed to be like, what I don't even know. I don't know what the beat is.
Yeah, you got to have rhythm.
Yeah, I can't dance. I don't have any rhythm. You guys have heard the diss tracks. I'm not gifted in that department. So 31-27, Florida State. 31-24, Miami. Last chance to be real open and honest in the comments about this game. Maybe you've had a change of heart. Maybe you were leaning one way because you thought it was going to be piss pouring rain. Now it looks like it might not. Maybe there's been some news come out or you've just changed your mind a bit. I realistically, Joel, think it's going to be competitive. I don't think that Florida State's blowing out Miami. Miami's not blowing out Florida State. And I don't think that many people believe that. Vegas obviously doesn't think that. Miami 4.5 point favorite. They're right more often than they're wrong. But I think it's going to be a good game. I think it'll be competitive. But I just don't think up front that Florida State can hang for 4 quarters. I don't think the pass rush is good enough. I think Beck will have time if he does need it. I think the intermediate passes will be there for him. Malachi Tony's going to be open all night long. I just think that maybe Florida State gets super creative and crazy with Gus in that playbook, and maybe they catch Miami on some. So, I mean, it's hard to prepare for that, right? The crazy trickery and stuff, and they're going to see formations and stuff they've not seen from Florida State. So I think that with that big play quarterback Castellanos, you guys are going to get some big plays. You're going to find the end zone. But in the end, it's hard to score and stay in the game when Miami's offense is on the field so long, pounding the rock.
And I love your commentary because you're intelligent. You know football. You're wrong way more than you're right. But in my defense for the Alabama game, you had Alabama winning 100-0, if I remember that correctly. So
That's correct.
It's kind of. I don't know if I can really take your analysis and say. I think there's just something about the Seminole win that's going to blow through Doak Campbell. It just, you have to admit, magical things happen in the rivalry game. Countless times you walked in when one was up and one was down, thinking the other one's just going to destroy the other. And how many times has a team that shouldn't have hung with them made it a game? I'm telling you, there's something about it. It makes everyone just take it to another level on both sides.
We'll see, because you said you're feeling something like tingly
there's something
or something
in the air.
Like I'm feeling it.
I can
too.
feel it.
So I don't really know. We both feel it.
I see the way you're looking at
teams,
this.
so.
You sense it. I think there's something inside of you, Coop, that kind of has a funny feeling. See, the good thing for you, though, is y'all can lose and still go on like nothing happened. There is way more pressure on us.
The pressure's definitely on y'all.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not going to change your season.
Well, the expectations are so high for Miami at the same time. Like number 3 in the country, just behind Ohio State and Oregon. And a lot of people are even labeling Miami as number 1. They think top team in the country. But you are right. I mean, to start 0-2 in the conference, that's
if
bad.
you weren't in the ACC,
I mean,
they would give you some respect and put you at 1. But
yeah.
you have to admit, we
yeah.
both have to do extra
that we can agree
in the
on that.
ACC to get anything. I mean, the bias is real. It was so fun tonight when I finally got someone who loves an SEC team to admit the hype and the politics is a little overboard with their conference. So that was a breakthrough moment. So
looking forward to a good game. You guys know what to do. Leave some comments. Let's chop it up about it. We'll be there at the game tomorrow. We should already be in bed asleep.
We should, but I don't know.
So excited.
I still have a ceremony I have to do. This is serious.
So excited.
I'm not like you. I don't let tiredness or kidney stone, I don't let that stuff bother me. I'm in it to win it, Coop. I'm sorry. I just want it more. That's what makes me an old.
You're gonna.
Well, I can't with my hands kind of full. I guess I could do like that.
There you go. There you
How
go.
about that?
There
You get to watch that go into the field. And after we win, I may petition that they give me the spear from that game and get it autographed for you. How about that?
We'll see. We'll see.
Go Noles.